3, 2, 1.
You still do it weird.
What?
Cup one hand,
Proper,
straight hand on the other one.
You do this. You go, do like proper. Bam! Welcome back, TNT Podcast episode 3.
Is that mine? Sorry.
I told you to put your phone on silent.
I thought I put it on airplane mode. Okay, there we go.
Right, it's the start we wanted. We have a guest on the TNT Podcast today. Introduce yourself, boy.
Hi, I'm Vlad. Nice to meet you guys. Nice to be here.
Thank you, mate. We couldn't have had a better guest to start with.
Oh, it's an honor.
Everyone has been asking, can we have Vlad? Can we have Vlad?
And
Apparently,
here I am.
us two aren't good enough looking for everyone. So yeah, I want to start with who you are and sort of talk about your background and why film was chosen.
Who I am. I am Vlad. I'm coming from Transylvania. I am 23 years old almost. And I like film and I like arts.
So what was it? Because what was it that made you first want to do film? What was the sort of?
So in high school, I knew straight away that I wanted to do something artsy, and I knew I didn't want to have a 9-to-5 job and stuff like that. So I always liked music, and I always liked acting. I had a drama team in high school, and we used to have like drama plays every year and like big contests and stuff. Yeah. And then I wanted to go for acting, but then I had a friend who went to study in England acting, and he told me how it's really not like it's not because what I wanted to do was film acting, and most of the schools do really good drama for like theater
and on stage. Yeah.
And where like for example in film less is more. Yeah, in
on
drama,
stage more is more.
Exactly.
Like, you have to be so over the top on stage.
Yeah, and so I wasn't really. I don't know. It just didn't really appeal to me. Yeah. So I just wanted to do something related to film.
Okay, so would you say there's anyone that like in the film industry that inspired you to want to do it, or was it just a change within yourself to do the art form of film?
I mean, it was not so much. I mean, I have some favorite actors that I say might have inspired me. Yeah. But I never thought, oh, I'm going to uni because I want to be the next Tarantino or the next
I think
Jim
that's
Carrey
the issue with some people like that go to uni to study film is they go, I really like Edgar Wright, so I'm going to go there and try and be Edgar Wright, and you never try and be someone else. Yeah. Because you can see flaws in the work straight away. Yeah. And you can't ever be someone else. You have to be yourself if you want to make it. Yeah. That's what I think. You wish you were someone else, don't you, pal?
Do I?
He is here today. Tom, how are you?
I'm alright, thank you. Yeah. As always.
Good stuff.
I don't wish I was anyone else. I think I'm pretty good as myself.
Yeah? Yeah. People say otherwise about the whole gambling stuff. They say,
Yeah, we'll ignore that.
They don't like it, do they?
No.
I want to talk to you about England and why it was England that you chose, and sort of the comparison between living here and living in Romania. Because obviously I was born here, been here all my life, so I don't really know the culture change.
Well, about the culture change, in my head, England was basically just British gentlemen that always had an umbrella with them, drinking 5 o'clock tea and stuff, and being so polite and everything. Some of it is true, but if you go to an English pub, it's just completely, yeah.
You look at the guy differently, and he threatens to take you outside.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I love English culture. I love it. I just hate the weather, really.
It's
that's the only.
It's getting better.
We had sun for a couple of days, and now it's been raining.
Yeah.
What about sort of the film industry in Romania? Is there a place that you can get up in stages, or was it always going to have to be here?
There is one that I know of, one very good uni for film, but it's in the capital of Romania. So I'm from Cluj, which is one of the biggest cities in Romania and one of the nicest cities, which is like northwest, and then capital is south. And people are very different. And if it's not like you go to uni, because the educational system is really, really different. It's not like you're in uni like we are here now. Yeah. And some of the lecturers want you already to get involved as soon as possible with like industry kind of people and stuff. In Romania, you just go to uni, finish uni, and then it's up to you what you want to do. They did their job, you know. Whereas here, they really want you to get involved.
I think with lecturers here, it seems that they'd be upset themselves if some of us didn't make it.
Exactly.
Like you get an email every week saying, "Oh, there's this opportunity."
I wouldn't say that's an English thing though. I think that's just this uni thing rather than.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I can only say for our uni, and I think they do quite a good job at pushing us.
Yeah.
There was an email the other day about being an extra in a cinema advert.
Oh, what
yeah.
the showcase thing? Yeah.
Yeah. Did you go?
I didn't go. I can't act.
I've seen otherwise.
I mean, I've
We'll put clips on
I've been
of
other
that
things.
camera. We'll put clips of every time Tom's acted in something. We'll put like a little montage for you.
Oh god.
Most of it will just be you smoking.
Yeah, which is great. I don't know why, but that's.
But you don't smoke.
No, I don't. But I just smoke in
does.
films. I don't.
You don't smoke like
He's
regularly.
No, he's one of them that in a club you'll turn up and he'll be in the smoking area with 2 in his mouth. You're like, I thought you didn't smoke. He's like,
It's not true.
I don't normally.
That's not true. Although to be fair, going away from the smoking thing, but the acting thing, I used to act like in high school and things.
Yeah.
Like in musicals and stuff.
Can you sing then?
I mean, not really, but
See, because you
I
can
always
sing.
try. I could always try.
I'm alright. Yeah.
Oh, a competition here.
I'm not.
I reckon we should go to an open mic night and both of you.
Let's do it.
I've been to an. I didn't know if
I know, I've seen the footage.
Yeah. but you
Nerves
can't-
got the better of you, didn't they?
Yeah, you can't really hear me sing, but
No, I can sort of just see your mouth move.
I thought it went alright.
Didn't you write that song for someone?
I didn't write it for anyone.
You don't want to go into that?
No, it was a song I wrote like. I wrote it myself. I didn't write it for anyone though.
No, I didn't mean like wrote it about someone is what I mean.
Yeah, you could say that, but we won't go there.
No? Okay. Right, bringing it back to the whole film thing. So,
Right.
because I know you do a lot of photography as well, and sort of you love your pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
But in film terms, I know that you want to direct.
Yeah.
What is it about directing that makes you... Because you want to direct as well.
Yeah.
What is it about directing for you? And then we can get into you. And what is it about directing? And, you know, because I've not directed anything proper yet. And I want to see, like, the difference in why you want to direct to why you love doing it. So what is it about it for you?
I think for me, the main thing that attracted me to direct is put my ideas across and put my kind of story. I don't know, I still haven't found a DOP that I work really well with.
Yeah.
Because if I have my ideas, then the DOP has its own ideas. And then if he doesn't do it the way I want it, then it's like, oh, goddamn, okay, then.
Yeah.
You know. But the main thing for me is, I think, actors. And I think it's really fun to work with actors. And I think real actors, like not just...
Not
you
the
know,
ones that you find...
Yeah, exactly. Like real actors have that thing that just really does it for me. And it's like, they can be my best friends. Like,
yeah.
I know how to make them act. And it's easier for me if they're better, obviously.
Yeah.
And yeah. But yeah, actors.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about you?
Bit of a voice break there. Come on, you can edit that out, right?
How'd that sound for you? Will's done already.
Alright, bear with me one moment.
Yeah, clear your throat.
So,
Do you want us to start that bit again?
directing.
You're not
No,
editing
it's all
this
good.
out.
We can go. Directing.
Yeah.
I just like the fact that, and I actually like had a little monologue about why I like directing that I used to tell everyone that I had it written on my phone, but I think I got rid of it. But it went something along the lines of that it's just like a nice feeling to take a really good deep idea from the like deepest part of your mind and create it as a reality for everyone to see, and that's kind of what I like about it. So there could be like a time where you're really emotional and you can just vent that out, and that helps me personally a lot, and
Yeah.
it could help others, which is a good thing about sharing it around the world. But
Wow.
that's
I like that.
that's my answer to that question. And I'm actually not like great at communicating my ideas with actors, which is a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
But it's something that I'm trying to get better at as we go through uni.
Okay. I mean, it's not an issue that you can't communicate well with actors, because I know of directing pairs where someone like directs the idea the whole time and has a separate person as like a co-director and says, I need the actors to do this, but I don't know how to tell them.
Yeah.
And then that person goes and does the actor stuff, and sort of they're the middleman in the conversation,
Yeah.
and it works. So you could always, I mean, it sounds like you two could be a partnership,
I mean, we
for
could
something.
do. There's always next year. We can try something.
because if Vlad's all about the actors and then you're about the whole depth side of things.
Yeah. I don't know. I never really thought about that before, so maybe that could be something that works.
Yeah, because, I mean, he's acted before, and if you really know what you want from an actor, and you know what you want but you can't quite put it across, there may be a thing between you where you work out.
Yeah.
So that's something to coming soon. Co-directed film with these two.
Yeah.
Did you want to ask our guest anything? Whilst I have a look what else I've got to talk about today?
I mean, you pretty much covered everything. But
That's what I do.
it's like, so going back to in Romania and things.
Right.
What was there like? So you went talking about like all British students love Edgar Wright and things. What is there like a really famous Romanian director or a really famous Romanian actor that like everyone's obsessed with?
Yeah, I mean, there was one. He died a couple of years ago. He was like the most famous director. He directed. We had a period when this director made a lot of historical films. We had some historical figures, like say, don't know, Winston Churchill, for example, right? And then he made feature films that were like 3 hours long, really old Romanian films. He was good at what he did, but if you look at the films now, you won't say, oh, he's a great director, but like everyone knows him. Yeah. So like because he's, you know, OG, like Alfred Hitchcock, for example.
Okay, yeah.
I don't want to compare him to, you know, but in that kind of idea.
In the minds of someone from Romania, they would see him in the same light as Hitchcock.
Exactly. Yeah.
For them, he's like a huge star.
Yeah.
But in comparison, if he were to be someone from here, he'd be sort of middle of the road.
Well, not even, because there's two completely different styles in terms of time. Because the films were made in the 80s. Yeah. And you know they're so different. I don't know if there's Maya Morgenstern, something like that.
We'll get a picture with her name on there.
Yeah, I think she might be one of the most famous Romanian actors. She was Mary, I think, in what's it called? Passion of the Christ.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's a Romanian actress. Don't know any other international acclaimed actors. They are good actors in Romania, but not internationally known.
Yeah, it's kind of, if you'd go there, they'd be a star in their home country. Yeah. But they've never quite made like Hollywood level.
And I don't think they want to.
No. That's because some people, it's sort of just to be recognised in their home country is like the big thing for them. Yeah. Some people want to be known but not worldwide known.
Exactly.
With worldwide popularity comes the horrible side of gossip and press, and some people don't want that.
I don't know. Would you want that? Would you want to be super famous?
I don't know. I think the difficult thing is, for me personally, is that I see myself as quite a big character in terms of, I've always said, and it kind of sounds a bit cocky, but I don't mean to be, you either like me or you don't understand me, because I'm so straight. Like, you don't...
I think it's the same with everyone, really.
Yeah, I suppose so. It's kind of...
You have to understand someone.
I'm such a big character straight away. Like, it's not I'm not timid. I'm very open and sort of... I'm an extrovert. So I think I'd like to be famous, but with that, I think I'd get a lot of hate from people, I think, in the world. But I think everyone is disliked by something.
You can't please everyone. You can't make everyone...
We found that from the podcast 2 episodes in. Some people don't like the first episode. Other people didn't like the second one. I'm hoping everyone likes this one, but we'll see how it goes. What about you then? Fame. Do you want to be famous?
I mean, it would be nice to be kind of famous.
I mean, we're studying film with the idea of making it to the big league.
So,
well, yeah.
I mean, the chances of all three of us making it, the chance of one of us making it is quite slim. Yeah. But if you're in film, you're going to reach a point where people know you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like going to the Oscars or whatever.
I'd love to go to the Oscars.
Doing like a talk.
You'd be my plus one.
A talk at like, I don't know, like Comic-Con or something.
Yeah.
Things like that, and being recognised there would be amazing. But just like being recognised when you want to go grab a coffee or something, I think kind of annoying.
That's the bit that's because that you see. I mean, a few years ago there was that Jonah Hill thing. I don't know if you saw it, where he was walking down the street and I think it was a TMZ guy got the camera right in his face. And he said some things he shouldn't have done. I think he was, like, homophobic to the guy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's like, you're no different from you, and someone like Jonah Hill is just still a guy. At one point, he could walk down the street and no one knew him. Mm. People would probably, he'd walk past you and you'd go, oh, that fat prick. Mm-hmm. But, like, now, he can't even leave his front door without probably a photographer on the doorstep. And I think that's the side of fame is horrible to see. Yeah. Because you still want your privacy, but you can't have it.
Yeah, I think that would be the one thing that kind of gets annoying if that ever did happen to any of us.
Yeah. And it's kind of, you can't do anything without someone knowing. And then when that one person finds out the smallest detail wrong, like you don't like recycling, you put all the rubbish in the same bin, and it goes to one paper and then it's spread, and it's like, oh, this guy's killing the earth because he doesn't put plastics in recycling. It's like,
but it's up to you how much you care about it. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a care thing. But then if you don't care what they say, then they twist it.
Yeah, I guess
it's a horrible world to be famous in, I think. But everyone wants fame, or some sort of fame, whether it's everyone in your hometown knows you.
Everyone wants happiness.
Everyone wants happiness.
And then everyone thinks that happiness is in money, but...
but...
It's in money a little bit.
But week one we had a question from you. What would you do if you won the lottery? Which was instantly about what would you do if you got fuckloads of money.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be kind of happy with a shitload of money. You're happy to a certain extent.
But then, okay, say you have an infinite amount of money, right?
Yeah.
You
but
get
no one...
everything you want. You do everything you want in, say, 30 years. You got 30 years to do literally everything you can possibly imagine. Yeah. After you finish that, what do you do?
Yeah, then life's shit.
So you can look back on everything you've done, though.
But you've not earned any of it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but you still have like a good time.
Possibly, but that might just be your mindset compared to someone else. I'm not saying you're a bad person for that. I mean, you're a bad person for other reasons.
I don't agree. Like, would you? So you would. So if the opportunity came to you to like go bungee jumping in a mountain range,
they don't do rope strong, no.
or not, like, or just not.
I don't know, because I don't like the risk factor of some of those things. Like, I don't like roller coasters, so I'm not jumping out of a fucking.
You don't like roller coasters?
I don't like roller coasters.
Why?
It's just not safe.
They are.
They can break. No, it's the whole idea of like, it's the bit that I don't, like, when I've come off them and I've survived it, I kind of go, oh, that was alright. But it's the, you know, when they do the long bit and they do it really slow, and then you get to the top and you're like, and then they just send you, and then like you hit the corners and like you look, if you're sat on the edge, you look over and all these people are tiny and you hit it at such a speed and then they whip it round. I just don't do it.
Fair enough.
I went to Blackpool when I was younger. Mum, if you're watching this, I'm still sorry. We went to Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I don't know if either of you have been Blackpool Pleasure Beach.
I know like what it's like. I know.
Boys behind the camera, you been Blackpool Pleasure Beach? No, just me. We should go. Massive theme park. Yeah. And there was a ride called the Grand National, which I saw people get on, and it was like this cart thing. And then I just saw the go off, and I thought it was like the two carts, and it's like a race thing. So I was like, oh yeah, Mum, can we go on it? And I don't know how old I was. I must have been 13, 14. And we sit down on this cart thing. And I've not looked forward. I've not looked where it's going. And they go, yeah, can you put the seatbelt on? And you put the seatbelt on. You're like, fine, all right, have a seatbelt. And then the bar come down. And then a strap come over your head. And I'm like, this is a bit too safe for sort of just a ride. And we start to go up. And it's the tallest fucking thing you've ever seen. And it's made of wood.
And it's
the
old.
whole thing.
It's old as well.
It's old. It's like proper. It's older than my nan. It's that old.
Does your nan watch those podcasts?
My nan doesn't. I don't think she's just grasped how to like a photo on my
I think if your nan knew how much you talk about her, it should be.
My nan would love it.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, some of the things I say about my nan aren't. We won't. But yeah,
right.
So it's the oldest thing I've ever been on, right? So far. And you just got, and it goes so quick, and it's just all made of wood. So the whole thing is like shaking as you go up it. And I'm just there clutching, because I didn't like roller coasters. Yeah. I'm clutching my mum. I'm like, I'm sorry. The whole way around. And we get off, and I just didn't talk for like ages. It was one of the scariest fucking things I've ever been on.
Why were you sorry?
Huh?
Why were you sorry?
Because I was sorry I put her through it, because she didn't like roller coasters either. Huh?
She didn't want to go.
She didn't know it was a roller coaster, the same as I didn't. So we're going up this tall thing where I think we're about to both die, and I just keep saying sorry because she doesn't like him, I don't like him. I'm there like almost crying, like proper 14. And back then I was quite stocky anyway because I like my food, and I just the whole way I'm like near the front, so people behind me can just hear this fat kid go, "I'm sorry." But yeah, that's why I don't like roller coasters, and my mind will never change.
I never used to like him. Like,
you wanted to fucking make him.
Yeah, but like, funny enough, so when
you saw that, yeah, episode 1.
Yeah, I saw episode 1.
Yeah, before Phil, he wanted to fucking make roller coasters.
So
engineer.
So
Oh yeah.
even though I wanted to make them,
A little laugh in his voice. It's so
Okay.
ridiculous.
even though I wanted to make them, I would never ride them because I knew so much about them that would freak me out.
So you're telling me they're not? You're saying they're safe,
Yeah.
right? But then you won't go on them.
No, because I knew how fast they went and like how much force they put on your body and things like that.
No.
But they're fine. They're perfectly safe.
So you'd go on one if we went to a
Yeah,
theme park.
I'll go on them now.
We'll vlog it. We'll do
All right, we can go.
Red Boat vlog. We'll go to I'm not going on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I'll just play the thing where you hook the duck. You know, they got the number on the bottom.
Yeah, we can go Thorpe Park. That's like an hour.
Well, I'm not going to Thorpe Park. Went there once. I went on like one ride for 30 quid. And that was the Saw one. And
So one's
Which is good.
amazing.
It's
I've been
good.
to Thorpe Park once, recently actually. Well, last winter I think.
Yeah.
It was cold, but the Saw one is amazing.
It's really
man.
good.
no, because
It's so
I went
good.
on it, right? And it was a cold day, so I had like a t-shirt, like a jacket, and then a hoodie. And the safety thing comes over because they've got one that goes, and they've clicked it on, and it says on the back of the seat if it's like locked or not. And mine was lock, unlock, lock, unlock. They're about to send it off, and I'm like, hang on, this isn't locked. It took ages to lock it, so the whole way round, eyes closed, just like hanging on for dear life in case it fucking unlocks itself.
Yeah.
The rest of the day, I just spent on grabber machines.
The only time I've ever sort of feared for my life on a roller coaster, we went.
But you shouldn't have that.
No,
you shouldn't
no.
have to fear for your life
However,
on something.
It was. I didn't really fear for my life. I was just a little bit concerned. I went on.
He backtracks now.
I went on. I was at Alton Towers, I think, last like Easter time. So it would have been exactly a year ago.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember.
I wasn't there.
A couple years ago.
Oh, is this the ride that broke?
Yeah. So like the Smiler
Is it the
crashed.
guy or girl lost their legs?
Yeah.
Or
So
something?
a girl lost her legs and a guy don't think can walk anymore. And so they closed it down, and it's like the biggest crash in the UK. And so I rode that roller coaster.
Before or after?
After I rode it before, and I rode it after as well.
No.
No,
Why?
Because it's perfectly fine, but like
It's not perfectly
as
fine.
soon as
I
it
think
even
the
jolted.
The safest roller coaster would be the one that
They've just
crashes.
fixed.
It's just been fixed.
Yeah, but in the back of your mind, you're always sitting on there like, it's broken once,
Yeah,
it could
and
break
that's
again.
that's what I was like. Like when it like jolted at least, I was like, no, I'm not having this. But apart from that, I'm not.
That sort of shit is the stories I see that make me not do roller coasters. I mean, it might change in the future, but for now, I'm not touching them. I'll stick to the grabber machines and the ducks.
Well, that's one injury. That's like the worst injury that's ever happened in the UK. I'm pretty sure.
And she can't walk anymore.
Yeah, but that's two people out of the like thousands of people that ride them a day.
Yeah, but it's still a percentage. That could be
A tiny percentage.
You can die any time though. Like you can die.
You're
walking
more
the
likely-
street
true, you could
from a
die
heart
just walk
attack.
down the street.
You're more likely to die in the car on the way to the theme park than you are in the theme park itself.
Brilliant. So now I can't go in the car either.
Well, no, that's just a fact. And
And what?
Well,
else
winning the
have you got?
lottery fact.
The-
What was it?
the-
You can die like 13 times going to the lottery to buy a ticket than actually winning the lottery. Or something.
yeah.
Something
Is
crazy.
that-
I don't know if 13 exactly, but something crazy like that. Yeah.
Just send 13 different people before you buy your ticket for you. They died.
So
Whistle yourself down the road.
quick question: Would you go on like a water slide or like a dinghy slide or something like that?
So, I mean, I used to like water slides, and then I found like really nice food, and now I don't like taking my t-shirt off in public.
Because that's the most dangerous form of like fairground attraction is a
The
water
only thing,
slide.
I like water slides, and I would go on water slides again. My only thing is like the friction burn if you come off the ring, and then it just like scrapes your back off.
Yeah, that's never fun. And like so,
Your back just looks like when cheese falls off your pizza, and it's just horrible, isn't it?
so not like water slides, but like actual slides. You know, there's like ball pits used to go as
Oh
a
no,
kid.
those fuckers burn.
Yeah, and
They
so,
burn. You know what we were on about?
No.
When you go to like a kid's place and they have like the coloured slides, the plastic ones,
Yeah.
and you catch your skin on that. That shit
I
burns.
never used to go on them as a kid because on like they always had little plaques that said like the warnings on them. It's like
Yeah.
don't go over, don't do this. And the way that they illustrated friction burns was like a kid on fire.
Really?
And so I was like, if I go down this slide, I'm catching
Can
fire.
we Google it? Can you look up this picture for me?
It's only on certain ones, but like it had like a
Yeah,
little
but
kid
surely
on
if
fire.
you Googled it, we could find a kid on fire.
I mean,
We'll put it on. We'll put a kid
So,
on fire.
I generally thought if you went down the slide, you'd catch on fire, so I never did them.
The thing I don't like, linking the slides, is you know the ones where they give you a carpet to go down on.
Yeah.
A carpet.
Yeah, have you never been on one?
Carpet burn.
So they give you like a bit of carpet with a
Oh,
rope
right.
on it, and you go
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
That burns as well.
That gives you static, which is even worse. I don't like shocks of any kind.
That's where you touch each other and it.
Yeah.
You touch each other and it just sparks fly.
happen. But no, I don't do electric shocks of any kind. So
those are fun. Those piece of carpet. I went to a plane museum once in Germany, and you can go upstairs, and then you go up to this really tall airplane and stuff, and then to get down from it, there was a slide. And it was pretty cool. They all give you like rugs, and then you all just go. That was fun. Good.
See, I like that sort of thing. I like slides, but I don't like tubes, because tubes you can get stuck.
I mean, yeah, I suppose.
I mean, you get stuck in anything.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Tubes is kind of just.
I don't think everyone got stuck in it.
I reckon we could find someone that's got stuck in a tube.
Have you ever seen? I've never seen one in the UK, but I've seen one in Austria. I've never been on one, but I've seen one.
You've been to Austria?
Yeah, I went skiing in Austria.
Ooh.
Where did you go skiing?
I think the resort's called Salkensee, if I'm pronouncing that right.
Have you been to Austria?
Somewhere.
Yeah, I've been skiing in Austria as well.
I've been MAGA.
But there's a water slide that does a loop. So you stand yeah. So you stand in like a.
Oh, is it the ones where the floor opens?
Yeah, the floor opens up and you shoot down. And occasionally, people don't make it up. So there's like a little door that you have to like.
What?
You have to sit in the bottom of the loop for like a good 10 minutes until the guy comes and unlocks the door and lets you out.
That's ridiculous. These are the reasons I don't like going to things like this. So you stand up and it drops you down, and you could do the loop, but you sometimes don't make it.
No.
So you land head first.
I mean, you can, but you usually just slide back and they just let you out the bottom, and you have to walk in the snow in nothing but swimming trunks because it's in Austria.
That's not safe either.
Yeah. Well,
frostbite.
That's why they're dangerous.
So, what do you prefer, roller coasters or water slides?
I mean, I'll do either, but
roller
coasters are better than water slides.
Roller coasters or water slides?
I think roller coasters. Yeah.
I'll just watch you on both. Right, we dragged far away. Jed said a question in flat Earth.
Flat Earth.
So we're going to talk about flat Earth.
All right, cool. Film podcast, but yeah, fine.
Yeah, but people didn't like us to talk about film the first one. People didn't like us to talk.
All right.
Flat Earth. Is it flat or is it round?
It's round because I've been in planes and I've seen it's round.
Vlad, flat Earth, flat or round?
It's flat.
It's flat.
Yes.
Don't do this.
Don't do this.
Do you actually believe it's flat?
No, man. I don't think that's. I was telling you about this before we started.
I don't get how people.
I don't think that is a thing. I think just the people are just messing around.
There are people that genuinely think
there are
it's
too
flat.
many people in on this game if they pretend to think it's flat.
I think it all started from someone just saying it like, "Oh, they're just flat," and then some people who are really stupid, like really stupid.
Just like,
just
can you imagine being the guy, right? That went, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to pretend I think the world's flat. And people join it, and he sat somewhere going, I can't believe these fucking
I don't think that's exactly what happened.
No.
He sat somewhere just going, I can't believe what's happened. I could never show my face again.
Yeah.
Because like people follow this guy and believing that the earth is flat.
Yeah.
I don't have any...
I don't know who started it, like who started the modern like flat earth movement or whatever. But it just, I don't get where it comes from. I don't get why people think it's flat. Like, there's nothing to really suggest that, like...
There's nothing, no. Or no, is there? Because they try and chuck out...
They have so many facts, and they have explanations for everything.
So, there was a thing that I saw on YouTube. I watched some, like, strange YouTube at, like, 3 a.m. where...
we've all been there.
This guy
you click on one video,
yeah,
and then it just takes you down a wormhole, and you're watching the weirdest fucking shit, and the sun started to come up.
So this guy who's like flat Earth. Basically, he said he'll pay anyone $100,000 if he could map 3 90-degree angles on a flight chart. So like piece of paper to make 3 90-degree turns, and if the world was flat, if the world was round, you should end up in the same place. And a pilot did it about 10 times. And he still hasn't paid up, so I don't know. And
he got to the same place?
Yeah, he managed to like chart it 10 times.
So does that mean it's flat or round?
No, that means it's round.
So it is round?
I mean, yeah.
I'm glad we cleared that up.
Whew.
But to think that there are genuinely people that believe it's flat just baffles me. And we let these people vote on whether we can stay or leave the EU. There are these fucking people out there that went, we need to leave or we need to stay, that also believe the world's flat.
Yeah.
You should have to do a test before you are allowed to vote on stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
Because like I don't want to talk about politics because I'm just done with it. Like if we're leaving, just get us out.
Yeah.
If we're not leaving, just tell us we're not leaving, right?
Yeah.
But there are people that voted to stay that didn't get what they wanted, now want a second vote.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
And so many people, the average age was something like 50.
Yeah.
Something that people that voted. And I think if they really want to change something in politics, it should be age limits. Because if you're 80 years old, you got what? 5 years to live.
You're sat home with a cigar going, I'm going to fuck the system.
Yeah, and you count that your vote counts, and then you die, and then you're not here anymore. But young people that actually give a shit.
Yeah.
You know.
The only other thing I would say is an issue to that is that people then go, oh, you should be allowed to vote from 16. But like people at 18, some people at 18 still haven't got a fucking clue what they're voting for. There genuinely should have to be a test where you do a whole bunch of stuff before you're allowed to vote on anything.
The give a shit test. Do you give a shit or not?
Do you give a shit test?
I mean...
Because you can vote on anything and you can just fuck the system because you don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And they say like... People say, oh, every vote counts, or if you vote one way, it's not going to make a massive difference. It is if there are 100,000 people like you who just go, oh, I don't give a fuck, I'm just going to tick a box. Because that 100,000, if they all tick the same box, that's 100,000 people going one way. And that's not just about the whole Brexit shit, that's about everything.
Yeah, I'm fine with people voting at 16. Like, I think that's quite a good thing. But I can see why.
I don't know, because there are people like at 16 not having protected sex. It's like
there are people
ridiculous.
at 20 that aren't having protected sex.
Like,
I could name a few people on camera and bait a few people out.
No, don't bait a few people out because I'm sure you've got skeletons in the closet you don't want. Yeah. But there are people at like 16 who have got like 3 kids at 16.
Yeah.
And it's like they can't even have safe sex. And they now can't go to school properly because they've done this fucking thing. But you want them to vote on whether or not fucking Theresa May is ready to lead a country or not.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I kind of get it. And it's a thing, something I sort of discovered as well, is like, I'm not calling people that are right-wing uneducated.
Oh,
but no. But something I've discovered is like, a lot of people that like didn't go to uni, or like people I knew that like didn't go to uni, stayed at home and things, have like become very, very right wing, and it's kind of strange. And like I'm seeing racist posts pop up on my Facebook, thinking it's like some 60-year-old that I'm friends with or whatever, and it's like someone I knew from high school.
I think that's the other thing that I want to touch on is the whole the social media thing and thinking it's alright to be racist or homophobic and stuff online because you're not actually saying it. So I don't know her name, and I don't want to talk about it for long because I don't want to talk about real shit. But that girl that went to join ISIS and then wants to come back again. You seen this girl?
I don't think so. What's it?
So, I don't know what her name is. Any idea what her name is?
Her name's like
Shemima something.
Shemima or whatever. We'll call her Jamelia. Jamelia left the country and wants to come back to the country. And people are saying no because she joined ISIS and stuff. She wanted to come back to have a baby or something. But there are people online being like, oh, she's and it's like, sorry, there are people that live in this country that wear a burqa and stuff for their religion that have never done anything wrong.
Yeah.
And then these people think it's alright to shame her for it. It's like, she might be a dick. I don't know her. She might be a dick.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you can be racist about her when there's a guy that might live 5 doors down that's from the same nationality that's never done anything wrong to you.
Yeah.
He takes your parcel in if you're not at home and you go and thank him for it. But then you're being racist to someone of the same culture as him.
Yeah, I think it does fuel quite a bit of hate, and that's what I've seen like recently. Like, it's fine if you don't agree with like one person, but you shouldn't like take it out on everyone else. It's like the same thing with people that I see. I like where the place I'm from has like a Facebook group that has.
I think I've seen you and your brother commenting.
Yeah. So we have like a Facebook group that people always complain about, like teenagers riding mopeds, and teenagers doing this.
See, I have this from back where I'm from. You would never have experienced this, but there are areas. So like Southampton might have. I think Overhead's kind of like it, where everyone from the local area will all be part of this Facebook group, so they can rant about stuff in the local area. So I think I saw one of you and your brothers commenting on someone about fireworks.
Yeah, the fireworks one was there.
Didn't like them or something.
Yeah, well, so but and then they like take it out on like they just take out like all teenagers in the area, like disgusting people or whatever. To go the fireworks one, they brought like nationality into it and started like going off on that, which I thought was wrong. And it's just strange how sort of once one thing goes wrong, you kind of group it together like that.
Yeah, and it's they always point the finger at someone or a collective and take it out on the whole of a collective.
Yeah.
So like, you know, if one teenager beat up someone that's gay, then all teenagers are homophobic. It's not the case.
Yeah.
But people want to blame a whole group rather than an individual when it's just not all right to do. I just, you know...
But what people, though? I think it's
difficult because...
older generations must be, right? Because if we think this way, right, I think the new generation, I don't think it's going to be... I don't know what I want to say. It's like people that put other people that did something wrong in one single group, I think they're part of the older generation.
I think a lot of older generation were brought up on the racial tendencies and sort of because their parents were racist, they were just brought up in a what
exactly,
at the time it was, you know, there weren't a lot of black people around, and if they were treated badly. But there are still young people of like our age that are like proper, like almost neo-Nazis, like proper racist and against everything that's not English and what.
Anyone like that.
And it's mental. There are like, you see marches where there are kids at like 15 that are just walking along the street just screaming like racial stuff. And it's like, where the fuck are the parents?
Yeah.
Like, how can you bring...
Well, they're the same. That's
yeah. Are their parents
but
worse than... Yeah.
Oh, man, but we live in a world where you can be whatever you want. But they follow their parents. Their parents tell them this is the thing to do. And it's just ridiculous. If you're like that, like, cut it here, don't watch anymore. Because I don't understand how people can do it. I don't get how what are we, 2019 now?
Yeah,
this year's
I
gone
think
quick.
so.
That we're in 2019 where people of our age and people younger think it's all right to scream racial stuff or homophobic stuff or just gender stuff in general at women or dark people or gay people or lesbians in the street, and they think it's all right.
Yeah, and like people like if people complain, suddenly people play like the snowflake card.
Yeah, the whole PC thing as well.
Yeah, which like of course we're going to be PC. That's just like...
I think that's the weird thing, right? Because you see it online where everyone's like, oh, no one can take a joke anymore.
Yeah.
You see that, like Ricky Gervais put... do you like Ricky Gervais?
Yeah, I think so.
He put out a thing... I don't know what he put out, but he put out a tweet saying, like, you can say what you want. A joke is a joke. If people take it seriously, if people are offended by it, then these people shouldn't be listening to what you say. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
I say jokes and stuff within a group of us.
Yeah.
That is just a joke, but some people might find it like too out there.
Yeah.
It's freedom of speech, man. And if people want to hang out with you, then it's their problem.
Yeah.
You be yourself, and then if people want to hang out with you, then that's it. You win.
Exactly. And I think the whole PC thing is like you could make a joke, but he says, I don't know in what it was, whether it's an interview or something. He said he's not taking the piss out of he's taking the piss out of the concept of it.
Yeah.
And it's like you should never be afraid to say what you want to say, but just don't say fucking stupid things. Yeah,
there's a difference between like making a joke.
You know what I mean, though?
And then like going out and attacking people.
Yeah.
And then like when people complain, being like, oh, everyone's such snowflakes now.
But people
like that's not how it works.
People complain about the most stupid things.
Yeah.
And it's like people get offended when like there was that thing about the kid, I don't know, is it H&M?
What?
Then a dark boy wear a
t-shirt.
t-shirt.
The monkey thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a child.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm fairly sure his parents said it was alright.
Yeah, it's not like the photographer like did it on purpose.
No, he didn't go, oh, we've got a t-shirt that says monkey on it, so it can't be a white guy that wears it.
Yeah.
It can't be a white girl or boy
it just happened to be the what do you call it, model that did it.
You see that?
No.
You didn't see that?
Well,
I'll show you.
That has monkeys.
So a little boy of, I don't know, African descent or something wore, I don't know what to say because people get offended by. So
it was like a black kid who was like 8 years old, and people got annoyed because he was in a like a catalogue photo with him. He wore a t-shirt that said "Coolest monkey in the jungle," and so people think that's racist.
I suppose it's the way you read it. But if you see that as racist, surely there's part of you in your head that thinks this boy... that I don't want to get...
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
I know what I mean.
Without saying it,
Yeah.
If I saw you walking down the street and I saw you wear a t-shirt that said, like, sexiest Romanian in the world,
right.
I instantly think you're a Romanian, and it's like, oh, just because he's Romanian, he's wearing his t-shirt. No, I could wear granted, the sexy bit would be wrong, but I could wear a sexy Romanian t-shirt, and it'd be all wrong, right? It'd probably be the wrong size as well. But, like, instantly, if you saw that post and went, oh, I can't be wearing that because it says monkey on it, you're instantly thinking, because he's black, there's a link.
Yeah, which...
And what's wrong with me? I think we're all monkeys, right? I mean,
from a long...
It depends what you
Charles Darwin.
Yeah.
Like, right?
Yeah, depends what you believe.
I mean,
well...
Hang on. What do you mean?
No, I'm just saying, I'm atheist, but, like, I'm just saying, depends what you believe.
But do you believe in evolution?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm an atheist, but I believe that, like, the monkey thing.
Yeah.
No? Am I allowed to if I'm an atheist?
Yeah, you're very allowed to.
Yeah, I believe in it. Okay. Because we went to the zoo in Berlin, and it was like...
Oh, yeah.
Like, you sit there, and there's, like, the gorillas and the monkeys and the chimpanzees doing stuff. They're so like us, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
The way they move their eyes, the way they look at you.
I got a video of the big gorilla, we'll put a clip on here. You know the one?
Yeah, the big one was, like, scarily similar.
And he's just sitting there, and he turns and looks at us. And the eyes are so like us, it's unbelievable.
Well, we are 99 or 98% genetically like them.
Yeah.
We got the same blood types.
Aren't we also like 99% banana or something like that?
Banana?
Isn't that a thing that like humans share 99% of their genetics with a banana?
Something big like that, yeah.
I think it's
a banana?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right.
A banana?
Yeah.
And 90-something with pigs as well.
Pigs?
Yeah, pigs.
Pigs, bananas and monkeys.
It's a good mix.
There you go.
Name of the podcast.
Yeah. A pig, a banana and a monkey went into a pub. There you go.
Right.
You want to get back on track, yeah? Where are we?
Yeah, can we talk about films, please?
You want to talk?
Can we have some water?
I don't know. I think the intense politics is working great.
We'll get water. Just,
think so.
This will stay in. We'll just before we get the water back, I want to talk about. Do you want to talk about films or do you want to talk about your emo phase?
I mean, we should probably talk about films. Although we can go to the emo phase for a little bit if you want. This was a question. You're not specifically talking about my emo phase.
So someone asked about emo phase.
Yeah.
But I think it was aimed at you.
I don't know why it would be aimed at me. I don't look like I had an emo phase. I mean, I kind of did, but like.
I think it's tagged to the whole like you had like proper long hair, but I think everyone's had long hair.
Yeah.
We went for a phase where you just didn't get it cut,
yeah.
And your mum used to go, "You need to get your hair cut." She's like, "You're like, Mum, I'm an adult now." And you're like year 9. You're what 14.
I used to blow dry my hair. It wasn't that long, but if I pulled it over my face, it would be brown hair. And then I used to have like that Justin Bieber kind of.
Oh, everyone
my hair used to be like when it was longest, it was like down to here, I think.
No,
just on the shoulder. Maybe
fun.
a little bit.
Did you ponytail it?
A little bit. No, I never did. I always thought about it, but
you just let it fly through.
I never did. Yeah, it's sort of like.
Are there pictures?
It was really curly as well. Yeah, there are pictures online.
We'll put a picture.
You can put a picture up. I'll send one to you.
Have you got a picture?
I think I deleted all my pictures.
Oh, you deleted them.
I might have some.
I'll never consider it an emo phase. Though.
If Vlad's got a photo, we'll put one on after Tom's. I think all of mine are gone.
I used to listen to like, and I still kind of do listen to what you call emo music, I suppose.
I still do sometimes.
That kind of style music, but I actually listen to it kind of like late. So.
After dark?
No, like. I was older when I listened to it compared to.
I thought you meant like you don't listen to it before 10 o'clock.
No, I listened to it like year 11 of high school rather than like year 7 or 8.
Oh, okay.
Most people listen to it.
What's your taste of music?
I like everything, man. I like everything.
Because I think we've had this discussion before.
Yeah. Well, when I really got into music, because when I was maybe in between 1 year old till 7 years old, I used to listen to a whole bunch of bullshit on TV, everything that was on TV or radio, blah blah. When I started defining my music taste, I think I was in first grade, so I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I started listening to hip hop music. Yeah. From 50 Cent to Usher to Usher is kind of R&B. 50 Cent, Usher, Eminem.
You're for that phase.
Yeah.
The whole gun thing, the phase.
Yeah. And I was 7 years old, just I didn't really understand the lyrics because I was just learning English.
But there are some songs now that I would have listened to and didn't understand the lyrics first. But you have to re-listen and re-listen.
Yeah. And then I started listening to, I don't know how, I think one of my friends listened to Linkin Park and Green Day, and I was like, oh, I like this. So I started listening to Green Day a lot, and then rock music slowly from pop punk or pop rock, whatever Green Day is, to heavy metal or deathcore. Well, not as much, but metalcore and heavy.
I think music's such a. It used to be that you liked like one sort of, but now it's so wide. Like I listen to proper old stuff. Like I like songs from like the 30s and 40s. And then
I would listen to that.
Jazz and blues fan and Sinatra and
I love
Cole
jazz.
and Etta James and stuff like that. But recently I spoke to you about it because you messaged me because I went to the Green Day American Idiot musical. I never really touched that sort of music just because it's not my cup of tea. But I left there and I just had the American Idiot album on like repeat.
Oh yeah,
that album is so good.
What song is your favorite?
Favorite song.
Favorite song.
I don't know. I like the September Ends one.
That's good.
Fuck, you've done me now. This was like a couple of weeks ago. I'm over them now.
There's a song, Jesus of Suburbia.
That one, yes.
You like it?
Yeah.
It's a good song. 9 minutes long though, or 6.
Yeah, there's some, and some. I think there's one song that's like the Boulevard one is Holiday as well, and it's kind of 2 songs at once. Green Day.
They're alright, I suppose.
Take or leave it.
Yeah, like I don't think I've ever listened to one of their albums like all the way through, but I've listened to like songs on off and on. Played a couple of the songs like Guitar Hero and things like that.
I was never good at Guitar Hero.
That's where most of my music taste came from, is Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero.
Never really played it. I never used to. I used to play it once at my friend's house. He had a guitar, but I played it a few times. So I wasn't a big fan, but.
On the topic of music, film scores.
Yeah.
Film. There you go, Con. What films, like, would you say is your favourite soundtrack for a film?
So like hands down, number 1 is Interstellar for me.
Okay.
The soundtrack.
Who is it?
Hans Zimmer scored that, and it is like incredible. I think it's like so clever, really creative, like quite different and out there, and like quite a minimalist sort of style. And I just think it's such a beautiful piece of music.
Because Hans Zimmer, I think, is the one that's like he is almost like the son of John Williams in terms of music. They're very similar. I mean, I think there was an interview once or something where Hans Zimmer said, I think I was talking to my dad about it, like if I don't know how to do this piece of music, I'd phone John Williams.
I mean, John Williams is the person that everyone knows.
Yeah.
And then Hans Zimmer's like, if they know a little bit more about film, it's the other person they always know.
Yeah.
John Williams did it like when people like really started getting into film. That was like the time.
He's the Star Wars.
When he's when he scored like all the blockbusters and things.
Yeah.
And so, like when like the big sort of blockbuster rage started to come out, he scored them all.
Yeah.
And then Hans Zimmer sort of, I don't know, maybe he's influenced by him. I don't know.
What about you?
Met him,
Film
ask him.
scores. See, 'cause there's a difference between like a film score and then like a soundtrack.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about film scores and then we'll go on to soundtracks. So for you, is there any in particular?
Well, I'd say Gladiator.
Okay.
You guys seen Gladiator?
I think I've seen it.
Right. But I don't know what you mean exactly. Like, it's a soundtrack I'm thinking of.
So like there are.
It's like orchestral music rather than actual written songs.
So there are films where they get in a composer to score the whole film.
Yeah.
And they make the music for the whole thing. And then there are other films where someone will put together like the soundtrack.
Right. I think.
So for instance,
Gladiator. Yeah.
You're not a big Marvel fan, are you? Have you seen the Guardians of the Galaxy films?
No.
Okay, because those soundtracks are very good.
Yeah, they are good.
James Gunn did a very good job on those soundtracks, where he goes through music that he loves, and I think at one point he had lists of like over 150 songs, and he has to choose which ones he wants. But the songs in those films, even for the soundtracks, are really really good. Sort of all catchy songs.
Yeah.
And songs that you might not have heard before, but then are instantly on your playlist. So I think of soundtracks more than scores, just because I like orchestra stuff, but I think when a film is scored by someone, it's sort of all the same tone of music, whereas a soundtrack dips into different things. So for you, favourite soundtrack of any film?
I don't know. Do musicals count?
High School Musical.
No.
Oh, I fucking love High
It's so
School
good,
Musical.
right? Except the last one.
See, the last
Fuck
one.
the last one.
Fuck Fucking throw it in the bin.
So
Just
bad.
watch 1 and 2 and then make up the end for yourself. But no, I'll come back to your soundtrack in a minute.
Right.
I fucking love Zac Efron. I think he's brilliant.
I think it's really good.
Like, the whole Ted Bundy thing. Is it out?
No,
The film's not out yet. I really want to see it, but I think Zac Efron is so underrated because he does comedy films and he does the comedy so well. I think he's proper funny. We watched Dirty Grandpa the other day.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've seen it with him and Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
So people look at it and it's supposed to be like a trash comedy. It's genuinely quite funny.
I think it's funny. And they're two really good actors.
Yeah. I mean, Zac Efron doesn't touch Robert De Niro in terms of level of acting, but Zac Efron puts on in a shift.
Yeah.
But yeah, the High School Musical films, we grew up with them. It's like I think a couple of years ago, I watched 1, 2, and 3 back to back at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
I watched it for ages.
Genuinely cried. Cried when the third one finished. Because I was like, they're not going to see each other anymore.
That's it.
And I think, like, if you look at our uni year, if we were to be singing and stuff, whilst we're doing, like, sound lessons, the end of the third year would be more emotional than graduation. If we were singing and dancing together.
Probably, but we're not.
So you've not seen High School Musical?
No, I've seen him.
You don't like him?
No, I used to like him. I just haven't rewatched him in a long time.
We'll watch him.
All right.
We'll watch
fine.
1, 2, and not 3.
Okay, I've definitely seen 1 and 2 like a few times. I think I've seen 3 once. I never really bothered with 3.
I think
I've seen 3 once.
I've seen
I couldn't
3
tell you what happens in 3.
Same.
a few times. You got because there's the whole bit where he's got to choose between drama and basketball.
But it's so much more different. It's all sets. Not like, but like...
Well, yeah, because they're building a whole set throughout.
Yeah. It's so different than the first 2. And it's just not
Such an artistic masterpiece.
We're so professional in terms of film that High School Musical is just it's so elegant.
Yeah.
But I think if you were to meet a girl on holiday like New Year's and you were to sing with her, that would fucking stick with you. And if her to then join the same school as you, I mean, straight away, just the idea that that's possible is so slim. But they did it beautifully.
Yeah.
Soundtrack.
Well, if musicals count, so the Rock of Ages film has a really good soundtrack because it's just
I've not
like
seen it.
80s rock. You haven't seen a lot of them.
I don't see.
But no, that's obviously really good, and
much.
it's actually like quite good, like performed by the people in the film as well.
Yeah, that's on stage right now.
Yeah, it is.
Should we go?
I might be. I might be going anyway.
Strictly. You watch Strictly?
No.
No?
No.
Just me. Strictly.
I'm pretty
Will?
sure.
You watch it?
Not
No.
anymore. Used to.
Used to. Of course, used to. Strictly Come Dancing. Kevin, he won it this year. Last year. No?
No.
Nothing?
No.
If you want to hear me talk about Strictly, let me know. I'll do a whole episode on Strictly. So, Rock of Ages.
Yeah, it's really good.
You a musical fan? Like musicals?
I haven't watched many.
No.
But Karen really likes them.
Karen. We should get...
Karen.
Karen, not Karen. Sorry, Karen. We'll get you back on once we've had all the other not as good people, and we'll bring you both on together.
Oh no, they will not stop. Like he talks enough, and then she talks more than him.
I love her. She's mental. She's mental. I don't know how you
in a
manage
nice way.
it.
In a nice way.
Yeah, but like at a whole like level of just, it's like she wakes up in the morning, you put the batteries in her, and then she just goes.
Yeah. And by the end of the day, she's like, yeah.
But in terms of musicals and stuff, what are your views on La La Land?
See, I really like it.
I was gonna say I didn't watch many musicals, but I was about to say La La Land was a really good musical.
Because it's one that is...
I really liked it.
So
I liked it because it had jazz, to be honest.
Which is why I'm surprised you don't like it.
Right, here's my thing, right? I went into it expecting something completely different. When I saw the trailers, I went into it thinking it's like set in the 60s and it's like the start of Hollywood.
Yeah.
And it's like going to be this grand musical. I wasn't given that. And that's why I was disappointed.
So don't watch the trailers. Just go watch the film.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah, but sometimes when you see a trailer, you get hyped for a film.
Yeah,
True.
but then you get disappointed when you get there because it's not the same.
Yeah, I mean, I was disappointed with La La Land. I say this to people because I tell people I don't like it. And they go, oh, I can't believe you don't like it.
Yeah.
It's not a case that I think it's a shit film. It's just not for me, but I can understand why people like it.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I just really like it because it's like so well made, and when you actually look at like how they made it and some of the camera moves and like how they pulled them off, it's like just
Pulled them
amazing.
off.
Yeah, just like because there's bits where like there was
What
like
the one takes and stuff.
yeah where they like made ridiculous like camera swings and things like that.
Yeah.
That's just amazing, especially with the big like film cameras with the massive reels in the back.
Okay.
And
Because I know he's here, Queen fan, right?
Yeah, man.
Bohemian Rhapsody is a musical, or
I
isn't a musical?
mean, it's got music in it.
So would it be?
And it
classed
has
as a
it has a soundtrack,
Depends.
right?
No, but
They
every
don't
film has a-
burst
Spider-Man.
down in dance.
Spider-Man has a soundtrack. It's not musical.
I don't think it's a musical.
I mean, it doesn't. Hold on. So it doesn't use songs to tell the story, does it? So it's not a musical.
No. What you loved it, right?
Yeah.
And he deserved the best actor from what you've seen.
Well, I haven't seen. What's it called? Green Book. Or who else was like favorite for?
Christian Bale was up for it, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Rami won it,
Right.
and
Well, I think he did a great job.
I think he did a great. But what I was saying to you is, he did a great job playing this character. But if he wasn't playing a character that we already knew, and it was just a character in a film,
Then
would it be as good?
I don't think so. No.
No, that's
a good point.
Yeah. I think
That's-
we mentioned that in the first episode as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I just wanted to get his view on it because I know he's a big Queen fan. What can we talk about before we finish? Disappointing films? Films that you've seen that you wished were better. La La Land that you wish were better.
I mean, I think La La Land was like fine. So
No, I'm talking for
okay,
me.
let Vlad go because I need to think about this one.
I don't know. I don't think I have many disappointments in films. I watch them and I'm like, yeah, I like this because of this. I didn't like it because of that.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't watch a lot of Marvel films again.
Yeah.
But Suicide Squad was a piece of shit.
It's being remade.
I've
isn't
never
it?
seen it. Is it being remade?
I think James Gunn's taking it on. He's changing it or something,
Oh,
or
okay.
making a sequel or.
Suicide Squad was a disappointment. I think I could say that.
I never saw it, but I just know it's disappointing.
You've not seen it.
No.
I mean, she's very good in it. Margot Robbie's very good in it. I think Will Smith puts in a performance, but
yeah, Will Smith is a good actor.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
but it's just it is now.
All the hype, the Joker, the new Joker. Wow, so many to do.
He was in it for like
The teeth,
5
the hair.
minutes.
Yeah, he was in for 10 minutes.
Yeah, and it's like people are like, oh, he's shit, and it's like, right, it wasn't great, but you can't follow what Heath Ledger did.
No.
But you've got to give the guy time. Like he only, I think, in total he got like 20 minutes on screen.
Mm-hmm.
But the issue is, it's because DC Comics have never hit what Marvel have done. They've not struck gold yet. I know Wonder Woman was loved,
Yeah.
but overall they've not struck what Marvel have done yet. Suicide Squad was a chance for them to dent it and sort of go, yeah, we are coming for you. It, like you say, it just didn't work.
No.
You got one yet?
Yeah, I do. So like probably the biggest disappointment for me was Shape of Water last year,
Oh, so true.
because I was so excited for that film. Like
You seen
so excited.
No, because they
You-
were
'cause
sold out, I think.
We saw it in Rotterdam. Or we
yeah,
saw it.
Yeah.
when I wanted to buy tickets, it was sold out.
If
I
I
was-
knew what it was going to be like, I would have given you my ticket.
I was
fell
so
asleep.
excited, and it was so disappointing. It was so disappointing.
I think
Though it won an Oscar.
Yeah,
won
which
best-
it didn't deserve.
one Best Picture.
Best Picture, yeah.
Yeah.
What would it beat?
It beat Three Billboards, which
It
I'm
beat
very angry
3
about.
Billboards. You've seen 3 Billboards?
It's
None of us watched
I
film.
told
it's
you.
a
I
much
told you.
it's a much better film.
3 Billboards is amazing. But the thing with Shape of Water is production design and like artistic
Yeah.
style is on point.
Yeah,
It looks brilliant.
it's just,
But I just-
nothing happens.
it's just
like,
a woman that has sex with
yeah,
a fish.
it's like she meets
We've all seen
fish
it.
person. She meets fish person, and then
Fish
the
person.
government wants the fish person,
and then
and then
she
the fish person goes to the water, and it's really sad. It's like nothing happens.
I
It's
think
like
the
it's
Academy
not that
is
interesting.
into really weird stuff. If
Yeah.
you got a story about black people, then you're nominated.
Oh yeah, I mean,
If you got a story about World War II or whatever,
You're nominated. Yeah.
definitely.
that's the
Or
Green Book.
anything racial or taboo.
So Green
or
Book is a film about racism,
Yeah.
and it won. But it is Oscar bait, but it was very, very good.
Yeah,
Um,
and I like Oscar bait films. So like, there's a reason why people do these kind of topics. It's because people like films about it.
True. Yeah.
and it's funny that they come out just as Oscar season. They wait, don't they?
I mean, yeah, but like I'm pretty sure most films do that because that's when they want to.
True. But not all films are going to win an Oscar.
I mean, no, but surely it's the goal of every film to win an Oscar.
I don't
In a
think
sense.
Suicide Squad was made to win an Oscar.
It did.
Oh,
Though.
it did, didn't
It did.
it?
It won makeup or something like that.
It won makeup. before we finish, because I think we've been going quite a while, films you've seen recently. What have you watched recently? Because we don't watch films.
Well, obviously I watched Green Book recently. I watched, under your recommendation, Into the Spider-Verse.
What do you think?
It was really, really good.
Really good. Have you seen that yet?
No.
You'll love it.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Man, the animated one with Miles Morales.
Oh.
It's
the
really
black
good.
and red Spider-Man.
Good.
Yeah.
It's very, very good.
It's
The
really
soundtrack's
funny as
also
well.
Really good.
I didn't expect it to be so funny, and it was really funny.
The animation is like proper decent. It's different, isn't it? It's like comic book style.
Yeah.
It's a comic book film, but for anyone. I think it comes out next week.
Yeah.
Next week.
Mm-hmm.
Or on Blu-ray.
I'll pick it up on Blu-ray and we'll watch it.
Yeah. Well, another thing, like, what's the date today?
What is the date?
Oh, so it's been two weeks since The Guilty came out on Blu-ray, which I need to buy that. I need to buy that on Blu-ray at some point as well.
Yeah, The Guilty.
Do you come see that with us?
Rotterdam. The film I cried at the end.
The one with
the one with the
tele-
guy.
The Danish one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's out now.
Really?
Yeah.
on Blu-ray, yeah, in the
Blu-ray.
UK.
We'll put.
That's
I
great.
think there's a trailer out. If there's a trailer, we'll put a trailer for this film we saw in.
That's great. You made it that far.
In Rotterdam. Yeah,
It
yeah.
deserved it.
It did cinemas. It stopped cinemas end of last year, and we saw it beginning of. It went like
Yeah,
a whole year of cinema.
yeah,
But yeah, I need to see that film.
yeah. I
that film
definitely need the Blu-ray.
genuinely did things to my body that no one's ever done.
It's an
It touched you in
It
places.
touched me in places that I've never been touched. I didn't realise you could touch.
You didn't know
certainly
those
can't-
places existed.
I certainly can't reach them, but it touched those places.
it was good.
I want to finish on films that you would recommend for people to watch. Like if people went out this week and just watched one film, whether old cinema, TV show, what would you recommend?
I mean, I recommend loads of things. There's lots of things in
What-
life that
one
I
thing
like.
That you could recommend.
I don't know. Well, my favourite film is The Prestige, so I recommend you watch that.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, we talked about that. Like
Yeah,
2
we
weeks
talked.
ago.
Yeah, we talked about that. But
What about you?
I don't
If you
know,
could
in
recommend one
terms of-
thing.
Well, I would recommend the film in terms of genre or actors. I'd say watch every film with Jack Nicholson because that man's a genius.
Yeah. What's your favourite Jack Nicholson film?
I don't know. The film that made me laugh, I know you probably won't like it because it's Adam Sandler, but it was Anger Management.
Oh, that's such a good film.
You like it?
Yeah. But see, I haven't got a dislike for Adam Sandler, but his comedy was so different back then. Like it was laugh out loud funny.
Yeah.
And then now it's kind of he just churns them out quite
First time
regularly.
I watched it, I laughed out
Yeah,
loud. It
it's
was
such
so
a
funny.
good film.
Jack Nicholson is
I
amazing.
recommend that.
Yeah, well, that was a bit of like,
Can't just
commercial
steal his
Jack
recommendation.
Nicholson, but watch The Shining, watch what's that? Cuckoo Nest.
One Flew Over the
Yeah.
Cuckoo's Nest. But no, Anger Management is definitely. Have you seen it?
no.
You need to see
It's
it.
good. It's good.
It's such a good film.
Yeah.
I reckon wrap it there, but you'll be back on at some point.
Hey.
Thank you very much.
Well,
I
thank
appreciate it. You want anything else to say or not?
No, it's been fun
No.
though.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It's been fun.
We've got a guest on next week. If you want a clue for who it is, Sam Young. Get ready for that. It's going to be a barrel of laughs. TNT Podcast episode 3. Thank you very much for watching.
Cheers, guys.
We'll see you next week.